Hello there, YouTube. We are back with some more Matchplay commentary for y'all. I'm joined by the Quackity McQuackerton, the Kaiju King, the brother from another mother himself, TJ.
Sorry, try to see how fast and aggressive I could do it.
But we're bringing some commentary vids from our locals over at Sully's Abode, which is the local card shop that we go to every Thursday for Digi. Pop off at about 6:30. So if you're in the Chicagoland area and want to check them out, they're located in Boilingbrook. They're a great shop, great place. They've really grown the community over the past year or so, and it's a great place to be. I'll drop their TCG player link down in the video description below, along with our socials, which has our Discord, Twitter, Instagram, all that good stuff. But anywho's, enough jibber jabber. On the left is myself playing AncientGarurumon. I kind of was on the fence about what deck I wanted to play today, and I know that there were some comments kind of wanting to see what blue base would look like, so I was sort of between a few decks. I'm like, you know what, we'll do it for you guys. We'll do blue base. Let's put it on the channel. Let's see what we got. And I am going up against another Hyper Colosseum member in Arby, who is playing the Fenriloogamon build that he's been cooking us with. So hopefully this is a good matchup for you guys, and hopefully this is a somewhat decent showing of what blue base can do, or how like it differs from the red based focused iteration of it. Couple things before we hop into the round itself. If you like the content, you like what you're seeing, feel free to hit that like and subscribe button. We would greatly appreciate it. And also, as we've talked about before in previous videos, we are rolling up membership perks. So if you are interested in becoming a member, check out the video description below. It has the instructions on how to become one and sort of what being a member is all about. But enough chit chat for me. Let's jump into the round.
I had an idea. I'm not gonna say what it is just yet, but I had another like members first, maybe even just a member only idea. But I'll run it by you later. But just so people know, I've been cooking. I've been cooking, and then we all cooked.
I got cooked. Anyway,
you look hot, so
thank you. No.
That's right. Yeah.
But I think the main difference here is, you know, with blue base, obviously you're running more of the Strabimon package compared to like the red toolbox draw engine that the red base guru builds would use. I think you do have to play the deck slightly different here. Obviously you want your early chip damage, but sometimes if you can evo into like a level 4 swing and utilize the Strabian Harables to like cheat out your tamers, that's definitely one route to go. Yeah. But here we see Arby just kind of climb up into a Luga. We'll use effect to pitch a Lugar. We'll use effect to pitch a card, which he pitches a Kazuchi, gains a memory off of that effect, and hits a Lobo, which is big guy living. And then just analogs the past turn. I was hoping that guy would die, but I'm like, oh no.
Yeah, you got pretty good. You had an earlier chip too with the Strabi. The BT-17 Strabi ult is so good.
It's so good.
Such a
card
good
itself is like eh.
It's very mid.
Yeah.
It is it is a victim of age.
Yeah, and then we ended up just playing out a memory setter Koji just to make sure I don't get choked. But for me, I was just like, well, if Arby can start seeing pieces, that Lugar could very well just hurt me big time.
That's good.
He utilizes Tyranno pretty well here because he gains a memory off of the inheritable from Luga, is able to search top 4. He will pick up a Agent AG and a Soul Lugar, pitching a Takumi Kazuchi off of the Tyranno effect, which is like exactly what he needed here, you know, because now that this Lugar is live, he can go ahead and proc the effect to pitch a Soul Lugar, allowing him to then evo into Soul Lugar, which then lets him kind of turbo up into his Fenrir line here, which is pretty monka for me.
He has Kazuchi and
he has everything set up to go, and he's already done one swing of chip damage, which is all that he needs really to just OTK me here.
Yeah, so pitch.
Looks like he plays out another Tyranno off of the effect.
Tyranno on play resolves first here. Grab a few more pieces for consistency's sake. Bottom deck the rest. Can pitch a card off of Tyranno. Then effect. Go into Fenrir. Evo for 3. Fenry on Evo can spit out a Kazuchi.
I'm just gonna let you say it because this was just PTSD for me.
Yeah, well, it's also PTSD for me. Goes ahead and DNAs into Takemika. He will go ahead and there's nothing to minus 16k on. Because he's DNA digivolving, he can set the memory to 3, and because he has a tamer and sources, he can go ahead and gain a memory and recover 1.
Goes into Luga in the back, just have another body to go into. We'll swing Alliance, pitch a card from security to burn 1, and then swings for 2 checks on my end.
Yeah.
Is able to restand, and honestly here he doesn't even need an Alliance. He can just go ahead, swing, burn security, and then go ahead and do things to win.
That's nasty.
The fact that it's not a once per turn is wild. The fact that you can keep pitching security and just like burn your opponent's security and swing with Alliance is insane.
So I think the idea was that when Bandai set it up was like, oh, you know, surely by the time they climb into Takemika, they'll already be low on security with how fast the game is. Nope. No. Sometimes Fenry just high rolls like turn 2, turn 3, and they can just go straight up into Takemika.
Well, they also forgot that like Takemika allows you to recover 1 as well. So like, it
basically sets up its own play, which is good.
I mean it's very good card design in a sense, but in an isolated fashion, right? Like I feel like going up against other decks, it's just like, well, shoot. Like that was what, turn 2, and Arby was able to just clear me.
That was turn 3, I think.
I think turn 3, turn 2 for Arby. Right?
Let's see when you started.
I mean, I think if we're taking turn 0 as like quote unquote turn 1, right?
Swung, you dropped 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm pretty sure it was 3 turns each. Because remember, he had the 1 turn in between. Yeah.
Okay.
Because he had the 1 turn where he wasn't able to
2-3. That's still like.
Anyway, he's still already going again. Already back to a Lugar, already back to sources.
Yep.
And another Lugar board. You have a Lugo in the back with a Koji set up.
Swings, uses effect of Lugar to pitch again a Takeme Kazuchi.
And has a Kazuchi in trash already from Evoing.
Gains DP, so he's a big guy, so that guy doesn't go away. And then analogs to choke me, which is even better. And then now he sees a Kazuchi, a Kazuchi, and he pitches that. And gains a memory. And I'm standing there, I'm just like, well, I think I just lose here. I was already just like, the writing's on the wall. Like, and that is the problem that I see with Blue Base still. I wanted to try it out just because there are a lot of results in the EU side of things with Blue Base. I think a lot of major events that were kind of going on right now saw a lot of success. And then I'm like, well, okay, now we're definitely losing.
Classic Fenry security. Koji. Okay.
But we do struggle with removal. You know, like if I had a Crimson or even like a GG to pop one of the Lugas, then like great. But I'm really relying on just being able to turbo into Ancient to really see my plays, which unfortunately sometimes if you're just not seeing your pieces, then you're kind of just stuck in no man's land.
Well, and I think the other thing too is like if you had a Crimson, you would have been able to clear board.
Right. And he also can't play out by effects either.
I think the memory gain for Lugar is only for the turn, not until your opponent's turn.
True.
Swings over. One swinging, can pitch 1 to draw 1. Just another Takemika in trash. Gains a memory off the Tyranno being played earlier. Just resolving that because that should have been mandatory. It has to go off. And it's not like we're past game state where it's too far for that.
Right.
Doesn't really change anything. Just means he keeps turn. We're just debating on what to do.
Does chip damage with Luga, and I'm like, okay, well,
it's a Koji.
That's not what I wanted to see. Like, I don't need more bodies on the board, please.
Yeah.
But I'm able to do, I think, something here if I remember correctly. He does give me 3 memory because Koji is now setting myself over there. We push up the Strabby, and I'm like, I gotta do something.
Look at that nice wedding ring you got on.
Oh, yeah, that's true. I wish I could summon the power of the one wing here, but nope. So we Luga or Kendo into Bayo. Bayo will target the Lugar. I bounce the Kendo to gain a memory and bounce his Tyranno. We swing over there. And then I'm like, okay, we'll crash, or we swing Strabi into security. I'm like, well, shoot.
And I'm guessing you're gonna go Ancient to bounce the
Yeah.
Luga and bounce the security. Which I think is your best bet at this point. I mean, it's really all you can do.
I think I thought about it, but then I think here did you cross?
Oh, you drop it? You...
Oh yeah. I just did you cross into it? I was just like, let's just that works too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bounce the Luga back, bounce security, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah. Maintain
Maybe
a good
I have hope.
bodies on the board.
Arby is digging for a 5 here. Because I think that's like an automatic, like you push up and you go into it if you have it. He does have 4 memory because he gained memory off of the AG that I hit out of security.
And I think this is a good showing of like how promo Uko being hit does slow down Ancient a bit. Like I know you're using blue base, which doesn't normally run too much Uko anyways. But that and the Hammer Sparks being hit, I do think were enough to slow the deck down just a little bit. I think it's still very good, to be clear. And Arby's obviously just like, I mean, look at his tamer resources that he has in the back. He's just sort of like seeing everything he needs. But you've gotten down to 2 security, so like he's, you know, it's at a spooky spot here.
Analogs, and he's...
There it is.
There it is.
That's what he was missing.
I'm like, oh no.
He's got everything he needs in trash. Those should go into trash. Nope, not bottom of deck.
Yep, he sees it.
Good
so I'm like, okay, well, I might die.
Yeah, so looks like he's just clarifying and asking a few things.
We'll use the training to go into Soul Lugar.
Yeah.
Soul Lugar effect this time will pop a 6k DP or less, so he will have to target the Strabi here after he pitches to.
The craziest part about all this too is that okay, end of turn. Spits out the AG to keep turn. Interesting.
So this is where Arby does a good play here. I mean, part of it was like Hail Mary. He was missing. Does Mind Leak.
Oh, I know what he's about to do. Yes,
misses a Fenry and then hits the Fenry off of that Tyranno search.
Yeah. Bottom next to the rest.
Which then he can trashes the Fenry and then go into it off of the Baumon effect.
Yeah.
And then's able to then just Takemi Kazuchi here. And I'm like, okay. It's Jover for me.
That's pretty good. That's pretty smart.
Yep.
Takemika, Takazuchi, popped something off of Kazuchi hitting the board. Then minus a 16k on Ancient. Ancient's going to go ahead and grab you back a hybrid and a tamer. No tamer to grab back. No tamer to play. Oh, no, there's a tamer right there. Okay.
There's a tamer. Pick up the Kendo. But I'm like, yeah, it's pretty much Jover here. We pitch, trash top card. We swing. Hits that, which, I mean, I can't do anything. And then he'll just restand and swing again.
And then that's it. Woo!
Pretty good.
Yeah. When Fenry high rolls, man. It is a scary deck when it just sees everything it needs to see.
I will say, I know, because the video was short too, so I think we have a little bit of time to kind of like shoot the crap a little bit, but this might be a hot take, and this might be also me just like getting pummeled by Fenry just now, but I honestly think the hit to Uko, Louis, and also Hammer Spark was enough to, like, I know a lot of people were like, you gotta hit Ancient, or some like core piece to the hybrid thing, right? But I feel like hitting those 3 cards pretty much like, it doesn't like take Ancient Garuru out of the meta by any means. Like, it's still a very, very strong deck. Like, we've seen it on our channel already with like Mike and his build too, right? Where it's done crazy things. But I think it definitely falls now probably like low tier 1, 1.5. Like, I don't think it's as like high octane broken as it was with like the full Uko package with Louis and like people running 2 or 3 Hammer Sparks.
Yeah, I will agree. I think so. Yeah. I think low tier 1. I think it's still tier 1. I don't think it's quite down to 1.5 yet. But I could see the argument for it for sure. And I think results will show more than anything else. Because I know everyone right now is focused on Big Bad Imperial, but I think that like Fenrir and Dextor are no slouches. Those are two decks that
Correct.
you really have to look out for right now. That if with the meta slowing down a bit with the Uko and Louis hits, that's enough for those to just make a more of a presence into it. You know, so
100% agree. I am very curious to see like what the North American regionals will look like in the next couple of weeks. We've got Card Fest coming up next week. And then we've also
Texas
got
is going to be interesting.
Texas is going to be very interesting. And then the first week of October, we've got like, I think the first like 2 to 3 weeks is just like event after event after event. There's like an in-person regional, then there's an online regional, and maybe like an Ulti Cup as well. So we're going to have a lot of stuff to see like where this will really like shape up, because this will be like the first major set of events after the ban list. We will get EX7, right? EX7, yeah.
EX7 is September 20th right now.
You know, so that might add a couple of layers to it, but I still think the top tier decks are one and the same. You know, I don't think EX7 really changes drastically what the top tier formats are going to be like. So I think it's going to be, I'm excited to see how it shapes out, long story short. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Let us know what you think in the comment section below. As I stated before, if you're looking for the deck list for any of our players, just hit us up on Discord. That's the best place to find them. The video description will have the link to our socials, which has the link to Discord, as well as the information on our YouTube membership. And lastly, if you haven't liked the video yet, please consider doing so. Bye-bye.
Bye.